Hello, good evening, and welcome to my stream tonight. My updates and our models and our hobbies and everything else. Before we start, I'd like to have a quick word, and I mean a quick word, about copper. You've probably heard of it on YouTube. And what I can say now is that I do not make videos for under 13s. If you're under 13, look away now, remove yourself from my stream because I do not make videos for under 13-year-olds. I hope I've made that clear. They're mainly for adults, adult builders of precise models, and we're using knives, and we're using scissors, and we're using cutters, and all sorts of adult things we're doing. So I hope I've made that clear, and I've got a couple of guests with me tonight, and I hope you'll give them a nice warm welcome. So we've got Dave Mill and Fleetwood.
Hi everyone.
Hi everybody. I'm only on for half hour because I've got things to do. So, quick hello.
That's fine. That's fine. Well, I'm really pleased you've joined me tonight. Thanks ever so much.
I keep meaning to say I'll join you one day, but every time I do, I'm either hanging off the sofa or busy doing other things. You know what I mean? So.
I know you've been really busy today, and I'm really grateful for you joining me tonight. Thank you very much. And we've got a couple of things to show people today. I've got not a lot of update on the buses, on our buses, and that's simply because we haven't got issue 80 of Build the Route Master yet. And we wanted issue 80 on my one and on Christine's one. Christine's actually got her issue 80, but I haven't got mine yet. So it's not holding me up because I've got plenty of other things to do. But you know, I'm waiting for it coming in the shop. I've been reassured by the shop that they will get it, and it's down to the distributions. It's not down to Hachette, it's down to the distribution. So I've just got to be patient and wait. Also, we're lacking issue 91 as well. Issue 91 was last week, and that was in the shop, and I actually got issue 92. So obviously we can't build issue 91 until issue 92 until we get issue 91. So anyway, that's the stage we're at, but I'll show you a picture of mine in a little while. Let's have a quick look at the chat. I've put a link in the chat there. If you want to join us, you're quite welcome. If your computer is up to Google Chrome and you're on StreamYard, then all you got to do is follow that link and you can join us for a little while if you wish. If not, by all means, comment in the comment box here. I've put hello everyone. I hope everyone's okay, and we've got Love Minis. Hi Love Minis, thanks for joining us, and she's put hi all. So and that's the chat so far. So Dave, how are you?
Hey, I'm fine.
You're all right.
I'm hoping that when I go to the shop, issue 91's in mine because I've never been to try to pick them up yet. I've got a couple to pick up. It's probably in the next week when I get paid.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping 90. So I'm hoping 91, 92, 93.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping my shop hasn't had trouble with 91.
Yeah. Well, there has been a few problems with 91, I've heard, especially in the corners of the windows and the length of the screws and things like that, isn't it? So it's steady as you go, and I believe it's DP screw, is it, that you have to substitute for the OP?
Yeah, what I've done is wherever it says, because I'm up to 93, I've done the whole complete one side anyway, but mine's in segments. what I've done is everywhere it says OP, I've changed it to DP regardless or not, and just used EM and FM where it's required, and just took it slow and steady. You know what I mean? So that's what I've done on mine.
Yeah, that's
Lucky
brilliant.
we've got a good supply of DPs.
No, I didn't want to try them. I just thought, looking at the bus, I don't want to ruin it. Do you know what I mean? And I thought I've got a stack load of OPs sitting at me, waving at me, doing nothing. So they might as well come to some use, if you know what I mean. So
yeah, absolutely.
So anybody that hasn't been saving the screws are going to be.
Yeah.
They're going to be trailing behind a little bit. I'm trying to find some DP screws out there to go in place of them OP screws. I've heard tell that there is a couple of people that said that they've managed okay with the OP screws, which is a bit mind-boggling, really, as to whether, you know, you're wondering now whether some parts are a little bit thicker than others, or
I think what it is, I'm not too sure. I think OP is about a mil to 2 mil shorter than the DPs. So it's this, you know what I mean? I just think, as you say, certain parts of the frame is going to be thicker than others. You know, like where the corners are missing until we get another bit of framing, that's obviously a bit more fragile than normal. But that's a precaution. I just sort of decided I've got plenty of OPs. I'll just OP everything. That way, then, hopefully I won't make a mistake, you know. But like I said, I did have 2 damaged parts on mine. One was a window frame. It was cracked where the moulding knob you'll have to remove off. That was snapped there. And one of my windows has got a deep scratch in it. So it's like annoying, but... Yeah.
Is there anything we could do about them scratches? Is there anything we could?
No, this one is too deep. It's like really, you know, quite. Yeah, you can feel it with your nail when you run across. So, as I said, I have got my backup Hachette one, so I might just have to. Like what I've been doing is some of the Hachette more probable issues. I've been keeping the spares.
Yeah.
So in case in later times that the light rig in one of the roofs goes, if we can get to it that easy, I can replace it. Windows, bits and pieces, you know what I mean? Stuff that's going to get broken, you know, we might be able to replace it. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah. I mean, I'm very reluctant to work on ours every week, and that's simply because we keep them in boxes, and they're like blanket boxes, so you can sit on the blanket box when they're in them. And obviously they have lids on, and so it's physically lifting them in and out of the box, you know, so you can tell that I don't want to scratch them, obviously. And I know some people have they have them stood on sideboards and windowsills, and like you yourself, you have yours on your diorama there, don't you?
Yeah, with 4-foot dioramas.
Yeah, I'm not going to build them bits up yet until it's time to put them on. I'm going to target them. I'll check the ports, make sure there's no scratches or damage. Then I'm going to put them away and build them when it's time to go on the bus.
What I've done is
storing them could scratch the paintwork.
That's true. That's absolutely true, isn't it? You know, that's that's my problem at the end of the day, is that I don't want to scratch and put all the time into painting them.
What I've done is I've made them up.
Just a minute, I'll come
back in the packaging. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I was thinking they're doing.
Do you want to show that again? Because I've just put you on solo.
Hang on 1 minute. Oh. I've just put,
yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, just make them up so they've all got their glass in ready, and then I can put them together as and when required.
Yeah.
You know, same as the little door, the little window handles. I haven't put them on yet.
Yeah.
To get a bit more. The same as the big one. Yeah, made all them, pull the windows in.
Yeah.
You know, just keep them like that, and that way then they're safe. They're made ready.
I haven't even opened my figures. They're all still in the boxes.
Well, I'm exactly the same, Dave. I've left mine in the boxes for obvious reasons. I think I took one out the box. I think it was the little boy, the schoolboy, and I put him on the seat, top deck seat, with a comic, and just to see how it looked. And I was really impressed. I was really impressed with the quality of them. I really was. And I think
some people don't like them, do they?
No.
I'm really impressed with them. Really good models.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're going to get the haters and the Marmites and what you want to call them, but yes, they could have done a premium pack where we got them as a separate entirety rather than use up the issues. But I think it's quite nice that they're actually making the bus alive.
Yeah.
It's like me, where I've got backstories to each character. Sort of brings the bus alive, rather than here's a route master. You know, at least I can say, oh, so and so sitting on the seat, so and so's upstairs. You know, and it sort of then brings it
to
a bit more alive. You know, and same as where I've done the diorama as well. You know, they've all got names along there. So,
well, I'm going to give you a bit of an exclusive now, and that is what we're going to do while they're in house for the winter, and that is we're going to put one of these shop display cabinets, and we're going to stand the television on top of it, and then have this glass display cabinet with both the buses in, and I'm hoping to get some interior lights in the cabinets. And then obviously I was thinking, this is like it's an ongoing thing with me because I keep thinking of all these different new ideas. I was thinking about putting a Lazy Susan in that cabinet and having the lights in and the figures inside and everything. I think it'll look.
That'd be a nice talking point as you're sitting there and you've got both buses sort of slowly returning. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, nice, wouldn't it? So, and we've got the
strip lights in.
Yeah, we could do, Dave. Yeah, we could put them little spotlights in. You know, them little LCD,
LED ones.
LED, yeah. We could put them in and put them onto the buses here, there, and everywhere, couldn't we?
What you can do is if it's like, what is it, one that opens up from the back?
Yeah.
You put the buses in. What you could do is the back panel put a street scene.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean that's another idea. Thank you very much.
You know, so if you're sitting there, what you could do is maybe do the bottom is not so much like what I've done with the shed felt. Obviously, that's messy. But if you put some kind of grey material on the deck, and then on your Lazy Susan as well, so it sort of blends in, then you could have like a roadway and a street scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's excellent idea. Yeah.
Or if you wanted to be funny, you could sort of like make sort of telegraph like lamp posts at the back, you know, light them up as the lighting, you know. So you got like a street, you know.
Yeah, what a brilliant idea that is. You see, all these things are coming to fruition with me, with your help, with everybody's help. So I mean, we've got the golden opportunity at the moment. Well, when they come and do the heating, that is, because obviously we're going to be decorating right throughout the house, and you know, we can move things around, and we've got, you know, plans of what we want to do with our settees and things like that. So we can decide what and where we're going to have things. And that is it's a golden opportunity to us to actually do something. So to make a really nice display. But it won't be anywhere near the display like Bernadine's and her husband's display. I mean, that is marvelous, absolutely marvelous, isn't it? Have you seen that, Dave?
Is that the one where they've got the little toy hoses and stuff at the back?
Yeah,
fantastic.
the shops and
Yep.
the music shop, and then a patisserie into a cafe and everything, and
Yeah, it's fantastic.
it's brilliant. Telephone boxes and it's lovely. So that's incredible.
I wouldn't have the space to build something like that.
Well, it's massive as well, isn't it? It must be. It must be about 12 feet, maybe more long.
Well, mine's 4 foot, and theirs must be at least double, if not treble of mine. You know what I mean? It's like
if you're sort of matching the scale of the bus, it's got to be big.
Yeah. It's got to be. You're right there, because it's got to match, hasn't it? Yeah. It's not like
if you're using a 172 scale, it's not so bad.
No.
You're using that size.
Well, it's like the tractor as well. We're doing me, Penny, Horlicks, and Adrian. That's 110 scale. Do you know what I mean? That's quite big enough in its own right, if you know what I mean. So and then obviously I'm doing the Renault 4, which is 1/8 scale, and the little Fiat 126, which is 1/8 scale. So that should be some good fun, to do for next year, if you know what I mean. So
I mean, the 1/8 scale will dwarf the bus, really, won't it? Because it's like half the size again. Well, not quite, but it will look a big car to the bus, wouldn't it? Yeah.
You're looking at about 43 centimeters, 46 centimeters for the length.
Yeah,
which you say half the bus, isn't it, at the moment? So
right,
imagine they did a 1/8 scale Route Master.
It would be massive, wouldn't it? It would be absolutely massive. I suppose
we are sort of now.
Yeah, it certainly would. I actually thought about building a ride-on bus at one time. I was dead keen to do it, and perhaps out of a ride-on lawnmower or something like that. And I've got a couple of friends who's done wagons and such like, and they've been very successful. And they've done them with petrol engines. And I know somebody who's done an open top bus with a petrol engine in, and he rides in it, and he can take, maybe a couple of adults, but it'd be a squash if anything else was in there, And what a fabulous thing they are. But it's getting them to a show. I've only got a smallish trailer, even though it's a covered trailer. So I wouldn't have the facilities to get them to a show, if it was too big. I looked into the details of making one, and it was going to be about 8.5 feet long. So, and that was scaled down to, I think it was 1/6, I think, was the scale. And it'd be about 8.5 feet long. Well, my trailer's only 6 foot long, so there's no way. I'm not buying another trailer.
No.
So, right, what shall we do now?
I'm just trying to find a picture from Tram Sunday for you, Dave.
Okay. Do you want me to come to you?
Give me a minute. I've got to find it where it is at the moment. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
For those of you who have trouble using tweezers, let's see if I can try these.
Look at that.
And then it's there, look.
How long are them, Dave? How long are them?
Try to get them into the camera.
It's awkward, isn't it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you get them off eBay. As I say, it's the lock, so they'll hold the thing, put it in, and then you can unlock.
Penny, if you want, that's what you need.
Yeah, because she has trouble using tweezers, and as I say, these actually lock and hold for you. That's new release.
They're brilliant, then.
I'll share the picture of Dave down the bottom.
Oh, down the bottom. Look at that. Look at that. Now that's a trolley bus, isn't it?
Yeah, that's actually built on a mobility scooter. A guy sits in the side and drives up and down the road.
Wow.
Brilliant.
Now that's brilliant, that. And I've seen a similar sort of thing on Facebook today, because I belong to the Trolleybus Society on there, and they've shared a thing on trolleybuses, and they come up with one similar to that today, and a guy was riding it round his garden, and he had the full setup with the wires in and everything. You know, that is brilliant. That, absolutely.
I'll try and find a few more.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, we've moved format. Do you like that format, or do you want to have it as it was? We'll keep it as that.
See the cabinet up there?
See my cabinet, yeah, it's behind me, yeah.
The cabinet, nice. You can see me behind me.
See yours, yeah. See yours.
One there and the other one on the other side.
Yeah, well, I've only got one. So it's got, I think it's got 85 models in, I think, something like that.
Quite a few of them, I haven't counted them.
And I think it's just over 80 anyway. So, but I haven't got plans on getting any more, really.
I think I've got most of the Northeast buses now.
Most of the Northeast ones?
The older vehicles, not, I've got one or two modern ones, but I've got most of the older.
Yeah.
It's not a brilliant picture because it was hard to take inside, but that's what it looks like inside that bus. You can actually take 2 or 3 people, but very cozy.
Go full screen. Oh, not go full screen. No, right. Oh, look at that. Yeah, you can tell, can't you? Yeah, you could easily fit a couple of people in there, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cozy indeed, isn't it?
I think I'd be a bit claustrophobic, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You'd think it would be a bit top heavy, wouldn't you?
Yeah. But I think the way he's designed it, it's all fairly lightweight. I mean, I did see him drag it up the road literally by the front end and just wheel it up the road, if you know what I mean. So
yeah.
It can't be that heavy, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe built on an aluminium frame, maybe. And
yeah, it's built on a mobility scooter.
Yeah. Well, generally the mobility scooters have got tubular framework underneath.
Yeah.
And they're pretty low gravity. So I've had a lot to do with mobility scooters, and they are pretty stable.
Yeah.
So on the chat we've got P40F20. Hi P40F20. Good evening all, he says. Where else? It's all right. I've just lost my chat for a minute then. It's back now. So right. I don't know whether I like this format like that or like that. Which do you prefer?
I don't mind, Dave.
Like that.
Well, we're all close up now, aren't we? So we'll be able to do the Aria thing. No, that way. Can't do it that way.
Aren't we?
Your left is your right, and your right's your left, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll be able to poke you in the eye, Dave. So right, shall we have a look at see what we've got here? We'll go and have a quick look and see what we've got here. And since we've got a few watching now, oh, showed you a bit too much then, didn't I? Now, can you still hear me all right?
Yeah, fine, Dave.
You can still hear me all right. Oh, where's it gone now? There it is. Let's bring it on full screen then, shall we?
Go full screen.
Full screen. There we are. So, obviously, this is mine.
Warren, this is DC's bus.
This is mine that we're looking at.
Nice.
and I've got the transfers on, as you can see, 803, and at the front there, and it's got its registration number of WLT 81871, and this is as far as we've got with this one. And we've got all the top deck seats done and all the wiring. So it's all up to stage, I think it's 78 or something like that. I'm not sure. But that's what we're up to with that. And as I say, I'm quite reluctant to do any more on it just yet, because we're a couple of issues behind, and we're waiting for a couple of issues coming from the news agents. They are on the way apparently, but you know what the distributors have been like. They've been a bit awkward, haven't they, over the past few weeks or so.
We had this same sort of thing happen last year, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did, didn't we? So P40F20, no, I haven't got issue 80 yet. I was in the news agent on Wednesday, and they have reassured me again that it's not Hachette's fault. It's actually the distributor's fault, and we will get it. We've just got to be patient and wait. So anyway, I'm quite a patient fella, and I'm not rushing to get this, sorted. I want to obviously take it nice and steady. So anyway, let's have a look at something else, shall we? Now about 1977. In fact, it was 1977. I actually bought one of the Mammoth steam engine.
Blimey.
A real live steam engine. You run them on meth, or you run them on solid fuel tablets. Got a bit of white balance there, I think. I'm going to come into the camera. Go back.
That's it.
Brilliant, that.
So run them on solid fuel tablets, and this has been in our loft for a while now, because obviously it's getting on a bit, and it's rather special to me.
Yeah.
It's got you actually take the back off like that, and you fill that up with either meth or them blocks, and you would fill it up with water till it comes out that plug there, and then you would wait for it to generate some steam. And they all have safety valves on. I don't know whether you can see it just there. Just there is a safety valve, and that's where you would put the water. And you fill it up to the gauge that tells you where to fill it up to. And all this canopy comes off, and then you wait for it to build up steam. And obviously, it's more of an adult toy. And I wouldn't call it a toy, really. It's a model. It's a steam engine. It's real steam.
Yeah.
And it has a whistle that you can. It obviously blows its whistle, and then it's got a gear lever, and this is the piston here, and you can probably see that going round like that when I turn the wheel. And it obviously
more of my family had one of them, and I can't remember what exactly happened, but it blew up basically, if you know what I mean.
Maybe didn't put enough water in it, maybe.
Something like that. I don't know what happened, but All I remember was just seeing remnants, you know, here, there, and everywhere. If you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
they are amazing bits of kit. If you know what I mean. I've always been fascinated with them.
Yeah, they're absolutely brilliant. They really are. And then of course it drives off that band. It's like a metal rubber band, and it
Oh.
drives off the wheel, and you can see it moving forward. Look, and it runs round a groove in the wheel. You can see the groove in the wheel. So that's my Mamod steam tractor, and it's the TE1A, and the traction engine.
If the brought apart works out in one of them, would you get it?
Pardon? If they brought a power
brought-
out, oh yeah, would definitely get one. Yeah, yeah, I would think so.
I think I would know.
I would definitely think so.
So I've got to love and leave you all because I've got things to do. So I thought I'd just hop on and say hello.
Okay, well, we'll love you and leave you, and I'll get you back on screen, and you can say bye. There we are.
I got to shoot off. Sorry I couldn't stay all long. I mean, I'll probably watch stream on and off. I've got 1,001 little jobs to do. So I'll probably be on Penny's Route Master show on Wednesday, then the track show on Saturday. So until then, take care. Thanks, Dave, for having me, and I'll see you all soon.
Okay, see you, Fleetwood.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us, Fleetwood. Bye-bye now. Thank you.
Take care.
Good night. So
I see you've got a steamroller there.
we've got a steamroller, yeah, and this works on the same principle. You've got a safety valve, and that's where you would fill it up with water, and then it's the same boiler actually, and the same back boiler, and that's where you would fill it to until water comes out of there. You would undo that, of course, and then it's got the whistle and the gear lever for the piston, and then the same action of the steam that comes through. I've had these in the loft for ever so long, and would like to have them out on display, but we just haven't got the room really. But this is the steam roller, and obviously the wheels are a bit wider than the traction engine, and then you've got the front steering roller on there, and you can actually drive these along. They have like a steering rod that you can screw into the chimney, and you can screw down to the steering, and then you can steer them as they're going along. And so yeah, that's the steam roller. And then,
Beautiful lot.
and then we've got the stationary steam engine. This one's a really old one. The stationary steam engine, probably about 1940s, I would say, because when you look at the base, it's still got the Meccano holes in on the base, and there was produced from 1936 onwards, and in actual fact the traction engines and a lot of the other range you can still get today. So if you just search Mamod steam engines, you'll come up with a whole range of them, and the real live steam engines. This one's got a few missing parts. It's got the piston and conrod missing from here, and it's a long-term restoration project. The boiler is absolutely superb. Of course, it's a brass boiler, and but it's one that I bought to physically do up. And I got the boiler looking something like, and then all this has got to be painted black, and then red base, and then the green for the engine. So that's
So would have used them in the old fun phase?
yeah, they would in real life. Yeah, they would have used them in industry as well, Dave. You know, for driving industrial equipment in before the days of electric and before the days of petrol even.
Mm-hmm.
So, and by going industrial, we'll show you this one.
Yeah.
This one's a really nice one. It's a 1960s, early 70s one, and it's still got the Meccano holes in, as you can see, and there's the engine detail. If I can get it on camera, the engine detail where it's the piston and the conrods going round and round. And basically, what would happen here is that the steam would come down these pipes into the cylinder, and it would force the cylinder in the piston to go in and out, and of course turn the wheel, which obviously provides you power. And then you'd be able to run a belt off there, off the pulley, as it was going round, and it would be able to drive some equipment. So
so when you say that has a Meccano fitting in the 60s and the 70s, when the Meccano sets were out, they would have connected to them.
yeah,
If you built it. It's like if you built a Ferris wheel out of Meccano.
exactly, Dave. Yeah, exactly. You can build all sorts of bits of equipment with Meccano, as you well know. And so obviously that's why there was well known for putting Meccano holes in, so you could actually bolt bits of equipment to them for them to drive. This boiler on here is a bit different. Has a nice chrome side to the boiler, and has a chimney as well. If I can spin it round, it has a chimney with the name on, and it has a copper boiler. They're all copper boilers, copper and brass boilers. So so they're really well made. Because obviously from a safety aspect, they're obviously got to be up to the job. You don't want them blowing up all of a sudden, do you? And then something rather special, what I want to show you, which isn't actually mine. It belongs to my son, and that's the steam car. Again, made by the same company, and you can still get these today. This one's a 1970s one, and it's of exactly the same principle. You've got the safety valve and where you would fill it with water, and you've got the site there where you would fill it with water, where the water would come out of, to give you a water gauge, if you like. And then you've got on the side here, I think you can see it in the camera down here, you've got the piston and the gear lever, and you have a wheel underneath there, flywheel underneath there. Apart from, you would actually put the spirit burner underneath. Can you see the spirit burner?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you put the spirit burner underneath. So that's rather nice as well, isn't it?
Yep.
So they do all sorts. They do steam lorries. They do trains. They do absolutely all sorts, and then they do all sorts to go with them as well. They go trailers and goodness knows what. They do an awful lot of things to go with these Mammods. And the company's been on the go, as I say, since 1936. And the idea was to produce some rather good steam models, real life steam models, and the cornered a niche market, really, because there was nothing much around in them days apart from the odd German one. And these are English. These were made in Birmingham, of all places. So a good old English firm, and it's still going. Let's go back to the camera for a bit. go back to me if I can. And get the camera on me. There we go. I think there we are. So, and we'll have you all back on the screen, Dave, as well. And then we'll go and have a look in the chat and see what's what. So, P40F20, Dave said, did you get issue 80? I've answered that one. Lovely colour, Dave. More partial to Christine's green one. Yeah. Well, funnily enough, so am I. I think, even though my heart's with mine because of the colour and because of what it means to me, I'm with the same one as well. So, and we've got somebody else joining us. Hello, Chris.
Hello, Dave. Dave.
Are you all right?
Yeah, good. You?
I'm not so bad. What have you been up to today?
Nothing much, really. Nothing exciting, like.
Nothing much.
No, boring Sundays.
I've been at work today, so
yeah.
I'm just
having Dave.
What? What's
Dave,
up?
who's that?
So it's Dave Milne, innit?
Dave Milne,
yeah. We're keeping with yourself actually for a long time on you.
Well, I'd said to Dave, I can get the Mac sorted.
Yeah.
I'll come on, and I managed to get it sorted. A little bit of fun having to work out how to make Google the default because I was keep switching over to Safari. But eventually worked it out and got the headphones to work with the mic.
Oh yeah, cool.
So managed to get on. Happy with it.
You have a day.
The only thing I don't have is a camera where I could show around, so I could show you the bus and stuff like that. But
yeah, you'll get one eventually. You'll come across one, and obviously they just plug into your laptop, and you know.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, USB port. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just using the webcam that's built into the computer.
Yeah.
And I kind of pick that up and go, here, there's my bus.
Yeah, a bit difficult, that one. Yeah, it is.
I noticed it's Penny watching. I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm going to go back to the chat now. So, where was we? We was there, weren't we? Partial to Christine's bus green, yeah, and Christine's put thanks P40F20.
Yeah.
Bit of a competition between me and Chris actually. She likes my bus and I like her bus and vice versa. And we like the red ones too. You know, we in a way I suppose we feel as though we're missing out a little bit because we aren't doing a red one. So I suppose we feel as though we're missing out a little bit there, but then
I love the Shelby award.
It's beautiful, isn't it? It's going to be absolutely lovely when it's done, and you know when I get all the transfers on and everything, oh, it'll look superb. I can't wait, Dave.
Hey, Dave, say.
And then we've got Dave. You have some wonderful playthings. Well,
yeah, toys. Is there? Play with your toys, like.
Well, wonderful playthings. Yeah, well, wonderful models.
Yeah, they are cool.
They are nice to mess around with. Haven't had the steam engines going for a long time, and that's because obviously I don't want to risk ruining them. Even though, like I said, I've had the traction engine since 1977. And I have fired it up an awful long time, an awful lot, and they still work apart from that one that's got no piston, of course, and they are amazing models. They really are amazing models.
Yeah.
And I think
you'll have to fire them up one day for us.
Yeah, I'll have to fire one of them up, and the trouble is, it's got to be the right sort of stuff that I put in, you know, maybe meths or something, because obviously I don't want to set the fire alarms off in the house and what have you.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got some amazing things that we like to share with you all, because I know that you guys like that sort of thing. So what was you going to tell us then, Chris?
Oh, but your bus is amazing, and when it's done, it's going to be looking out of this world.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, as I say, what we're hoping to do with our display, I can't wait. You know, it's just when I keep saying this, but when we first saw this come along, I said we've got to do that. We've got to get one of these buses, and then, you know, thankfully we was able to afford two, but it's been a big struggle, a really big struggle, and then painting them as well, because obviously the paint and everything. So
Yeah, you got to strip them.
so obviously, you know, it's once in a lifetime thing. I'll never be able to do it again. You know, I'll never be able to do this sort of thing again, because obviously, well, by the end of next year, they'll bankrupt us.
I got a question for you as well.
What's that?
What's been your least favorite issue up to date, and what's been your most favorite?
Right, my least favorite issue.
Yeah.
Oh, now you are testing me. You're testing me now. My least favorite issue. I suppose my least favorite issue has been 65. That's where we put the body on the chassis, and that's because me and Chris did ours both the same day, and it was a struggle for both to do. So that was our least favorite issue. It was really difficult to do. So 65 was our least favorite issue, and the best issue, I suppose, would have been putting on the front, where we put on the front wing and the front grille and the front lights.
I agree with you there.
That brought that bus to life to me, you know, and
it made it just look like a bus, didn't it?
It made it look like a bus, didn't it? You know, it had the proper grille, the proper wing, the proper lights, you know, the proper look of the shape of it and everything. Superb that was. So yeah, that's my least favorite and my best favorite, I think. Chris, what about you, Dave?
Least favorite. Well, I wouldn't call it least favorite. It's the figurines I love. I think they're great, but because that's it, they have issues, nothing else to do.
Yeah.
So it wasn't. So it's not like it's a least favorite. I've enjoyed the whole build. You know, even any little hard bits, love the whole build. It's just that when you get the figurines, it's I've got nothing to do this week.
Yeah.
You know. So, as I say, I think one of my favourite bits is, like you say, Dave, putting that front on and getting the top deck built and sitting that on the top.
Yeah.
It now definitely looks like a bus, and you've now got the size of what it's going to be.
Yeah.
You know, I've got it in front of us up, and I just look up and I see it, and you know, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, even without these side panels on yet, it's you can see it's just going to be a beautiful bus.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I agree with you there, Dave. I really do agree with you there.
Yeah, I know what issue I didn't like. Was I struggled with it was 29.
29.
Oh,
the engine.
Yeah, I found that hard because there's small little fiddly bits, right, and so hard, especially with my disability, like, and I said, like, that was really hard, like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, luckily I did have Penny helping me with that one. That was
gotta admit, the engine was a nightmare. Putting all them little, especially bending over them little things, and hoping I had one snap.
Yeah.
Managed to sort of repair, but as I say, you open the bonnet, you'll see it. You'll see the repair, but it's going to sit with the bonnet shut all the time. So
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, we're going to when we display ours, we'll display them like half of the day with the bonnet shut and half the day with the bonnet open, I think. So, I think we'll do it like that, or maybe one of the buses with the bonnet open, and then one with the shut. So you can
So
see
you
the
can pick, so you can pick the best engine.
So
And driving one.
what's your most favourite then, Chris?
I don't mind doing the seats. The wheels were good. I enjoyed that one. Doing the body work was good as well. The outer skin, the inner skin of the body, that was good as well.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It really was, wasn't it? Yeah. So yeah, I have a tendency to agree with everything that's been said, because at the end of the day, I'm not unhappy with anything of this build whatsoever. Really, I'm not unhappy with anything. I did pick out them as my unfavorite ones, and that's because the major work and the major think and the major turn the bus round and think about the back end and underneath and the front and
Hey, you left the back end out here.
you was everywhere, weren't you, on the bus, and so it was difficult to do. And
I don't like it when there's times we've got to take bits apart.
Yeah.
Issue 27, I think.
I've still got I've still not finished issue 90 yet, because I've got to take that back end off to put the bars on.
Yeah.
So I've still got them sitting in the thing. I still haven't finished 90 yet. It's, I feel I've put the back on. No, I've got to strip it off. Why could they not have left it till we're done then put that back bit on?
Yeah. And that's where I suppose I am a little bit of an advantage, because we're like 10 issues behind us, sir. And
we still have that bit.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
He's sitting around for a long time doing nothing.
Yeah, that's right. A few people have put them on, and I think they've used DP screws again. And a few people have put them on temporarily, haven't they? Just for photograph purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Few people have said they put the sealants on temporary.
Yeah.
I just worry. Yeah, you guess what screws you put in. If you guess wrong, you knock the holes up. That's it.
That's right. Well, what we've done with ours, Dave, we've put 2 DP screws in, just one each side of the roof. So so it's just supported that the seat's been on top, and there isn't that much weight to break it. Do you know what I mean? So if push comes to shove and we don't use DP screws, we use something else, there'll only be one hole each side of the bus that won't fit the screw. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not going to be too bad. So we temporarily did that, and then I don't know whether you noticed on mine, but I've left off underneath the cab.
Yeah.
I left them off, and that's because there's small bits to break on them, and there's an element that I could have scratched, because obviously I've painted underneath the cab, so I could have easily scratched that as well. So I've left them temporarily off until we get more issues down the line, and then we'll have a building day or a building week.
I think when it comes to putting the sealants on, getting them handrails into place are going to be good.
Yeah,
and I think this is where these will come in handy.
I think they will too. Yeah,
There'll be the handrail again.
I was thinking of putting fingers through the windows and steadying them with your fingers each side of the bus. So, but them look as though they're going to be really handy. And if you're watching, you need some of them.
Yeah, I picked them up on eBay. I pack of 2, just the tweezers, locking tweezers.
We'll have to be having a look at some of them.
Got
No,
them in a pack of 2.
yeah, brilliant. And as you say, for getting them handrails in, you haven't got an awful lot of room through the windows, have you?
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got the upper deck ones to do as well.
Yes.
So I
I've
think,
heard people are doing that in sections.
yeah, I've heard
But
that.
I've got my stickers on now and they've gone over the top of some of the, what you call it, so. So
we've got some stickers to put on ours.
Yeah.
That's where mine will fall back a bit, because I'm going to have to find an outsource for my bottom deck and upper deck stickers, because it's okay for you guys who's doing London buses because you've got London stickers, but mine's an East Yorkshire bus, so I need some stickers that's applicable to Hull and East Yorkshire. So obviously that's where I'm a bit stuck on that score, and that's where I'll have to think very carefully.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're London specific, Dave, actually, them stickers are.
Hang on, I've lost sound.
We can hear you.
Yeah, I've got you. I'm back.
We think the London specific them stickers, don't they?
Yeah. Well, I've got some of the ones from KingswayModels.com, so I've mixed them with them.
Yeah, we're going to do that on Christine's book.
Now, could you not contact him about seeing if he can do them for you, Yorkshire?
Yeah, I could do. Yeah, I could do. I have his name and everything, so I could do. That is a possibility. There will be bespoke though, so obviously I pay a price for that. I pay a premium, which is what I've had to do on the transfers. But we'll have to see on that score. But yeah, that is a possibility.
That's something that always happens when you go off the market thing. You've got to pay that little extra because you're making something more unique.
That's right.
Which is not, everybody's building a red bus, so a place like Ease is probably going to know he's going to sell in bulk.
That's right.
Like you're doing a one-off, or there might be one or two does that. They're not.
Yeah, you guys can get a little pot of paint for £1.50. You know, I get a spray can, and it's like £29.50. So and that's just one. So that's exactly what we're about. You know, we want to make them unique, and to make them unique, as you rightly say, there is a price to pay. There is a premium price. So
I think if we brought out the PD2, and if it wasn't somebody else's colours, I'd probably be like you. I'd want to change it to Newcastle colours. Because Newcastle used PD2 a lot.
Yeah. Was there no Route Masters up that way?
Gateshead had them, but the ones with the door on the side.
Front.
They didn't have the backloader ones, and they were done in a green colour.
Yeah.
So Gateshead had a couple. As I say, there were the ones with the side.
And then of course you had the two specials up there, didn't you? You had the Tyneside and the Wearside. Is that right?
Yeah.
Can you remember them? They was actually based on a Route Master, but there were one-off buses that were made in the 1960s, and they had Route Master fronts. I'm not sure what body they had. They could have had Route Master front entrance bodies on, but they definitely had Route Master fronts on. I think there was the Tyneside and the Wearside.
I'll have to look that up.
I think that's what they called them. Yeah, have a look at that. So you'll remember the name anyway because you're from that way, aren't you? So Tyneside and Wearside, and there was demonstrators for Northern, was they?
Northern General.
I think so. I think so. But that's my memory. I've actually ridden on both of them when I was a kid. We spent a lot of time up there when we was going around the vintage rallies in the late 60s and early 70s. And 1972, I think it was, I rode up there and to see the last Darlington trolleybus, I think it was. In 72, I think it was, something like that. 71 or 72.
I'll show you a trolleybus.
I'll put you on full screen when you get it there. We like looking at other people's collection. It's great.
Yeah.
I'll just put you on full screen when you get sat down. There we go. Oh wow! Look at that. Wow, that's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, we probably enjoy that one.
Yeah, fantastic, that one. Is that made by Corgi?
Yes.
Yeah, thought it might be, yeah.
Most of all, are Corgi or AFE.
Is it 1/50th scale there?
I think so, yep. Most of my stuff is the 172 scale, and that's this one's the 150th.
Yeah.
Now, Newcastle used to have them colours.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
But my stepfather, that is the blue on the model isn't the correct blue.
No, it isn't. No, that's right. There was blue, but not that type of blue. I think the trolleybus I saw, the last trolleybus working I saw was that colour, or you know, a blue anyway.
That's it. That's an EEC bus, that one. As I say, when he says, I've never seen the trolleybus in the blue.
No.
But, that's the EEC Regent, I think.
I think the blue, if memory serves me right, Dave, I think the last trolleybus that was running was like a turquoisey blue. If memory serves me right, I think it was around about 1972, something like that. I don't think there's many in the chat that knows that would be able to help me out, but yeah, about 72, I think. So round about there.
I used to be a saying on the trolley buses when I was a load of them in a row, here comes a bunch of bananas. With the control in Newcastle bus, trolley buses being yellow.
That's right, yeah.
And the buses being yellow. Yeah, so a lot of the cover roads, you had a bunch of bananas.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. I don't actually think I've got any buses from up there. No, I don't think I have in my collection. I think the nearest I get is up West Yorkshire way, Huddersfield and places like that in my collection. I tried to keep my collection Yorkshire, and then I've added one or two more from special companies that are like special to me, you know, like Southdown, because obviously Southdown company is wonderful, isn't it? And you know, companies like that I kept my collection to. So Fleetwood J says, thanks for having me. Sorry it was short and sweet. No, that's all right, Fleetwood. Thanks for coming along. It's very much appreciated. And P40F20 says nice, and that must be that trolleybus and bus he was referring to.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I think last time we was talking, we had Alison from the Facebook group on, and Alison, she says, I'm interested in Bedford OB, she says. So would I be able to join the site? So I said, yeah, that's fine. I said, you can join the site. I said, you know, I've got some will join the site, and we was on about a Bedford OB that me and my dad bought when I was a youngster, and she showed me a photograph, and that was this one, which was ONO 89, and that's pretty much when it was nearly new. And
Looks like a motor in the front.
can you see that the sides are cut out, and they're cut out for seafront services? You can see that the sides are cut out there, and they call that a toast rack, because simply it looks like a toast rack. A toast rack sides. Well, that was my bus, but unfortunately, it was here in a scrapyard, and there's me and my dear old dad, just as we'd bought it, and you can see that there we are again. Look, just surveying what it's like. It was in really rough condition. Really rough condition. And we eventually got it home, and we surveyed it, and it was going to take an awful lot to do. Hope you can see these photographs all right.
Yeah.
They are my photos as well, so there's no copyright. The copyright is mine. So, and there's a picture of it there. Can you see how rough and ready it was? Look, it really was rough. We sold that. Regrettably, we sold it, but it did need an awful lot of work, and it was
Oxford Diecast, Bedford.
Yeah, they were Diecast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. Let me go full screen, Dave. There we are. Wonderful.
Tiny little one.
Is that that'll be an unknown make to me?
Says on the bottom it's Cubs Oxford Diecast.
Ah, right. Oxford Diecast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Rather good. Yeah, rather good.
Actually made in Great Britain, so it says.
Oh,
How many models? How many models are made in Great Britain now?
Not many, are they? Not many at all. And something else that I'll show you. I'll just have a drink of water.
There's not water in it, Dave.
Something else that I'll show you. Another bus that I had. I was the caretaker of this bus, and another one that I should have really kept. But here we go. Show you a picture of it in the Dewsbury Bus Museum, and that was AHL 694. It was ex B&S. That's I think it's Bullock and Swillington or something like that. I can't remember. But ex West Riding. Again, it was pretty rough. It wanted an awful lot of work doing to it. And that's the other side of it. That's in its B&S colours. In the museum there at Dewsbury. While it was there, I was the caretaker of this bus for a little while. It was a Leyland Tiger, 1948 Leyland Tiger, PS1. And whoops, that's upside down. In Australia, that one. So that was it, parked at our house. And then we must have been mad in them days, because this is our house. But what else is in the garden? You might be able to tell us, Dave. Can you see what that other one is?
On the buses that looks like.
Yeah, that's me. Our Bristol Lodecker.
Loader.
Yeah,
On the buses used.
that was that one.
That was.
Yeah, and I know I'm advertising for Beatties, but I've got the okay to do that because I obviously owned the bus with the Beatties advert on.
Gateshead used to use them.
And that was it at Sheffield Meadow Hall. We took
Oh
it
yeah,
to,
now there. They used that on the buses tonight.
we took it to Sheffield Meadow Hall one year. And there's a Birmingham bus to the right hand side there, and a Southdown bus to the left hand side, and an Oxford bus at the back. And then here's our open topper. I think I was on about this the other night. NJV 995. That's what we owned as well, along with a famous MEP.
So do you know where all these vehicles are now?
Yeah, I know where they all are, apart from this one. I don't know where ONO 89 is.
Yeah.
So that's what its registration number was, ONO 89. I sold it and I wished I hadn't. The open top Bridgemaster on the right there is at the Lincoln Bus Museum, but it's owned privately. The Lodecker, the Bristol Lodecker on the left, is owned by someone in the Liverpool Birkenhead area, and still looks very nice.
What's low decker then?
Low decker means that it's lower than a higher decker. Lower than
you know the standard double deckers now. That's lower than that now, is it?
Yes and no, Chris. You used to get low height double deckers and full height double deckers.
I don't know.
My low decker was 13'8", and a full height double decker would be 14'6".
Oh yeah, the ones we're getting these days. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Okay. So this one was advertised for sale recently because it'd all been done up and everything, and they wanted an awful lot of money for it. So
was the low deck? Am I right in saying the low deckers were brought out because some of the routes had bridges that were too low for the bigger ones?
Yeah, well, in actual fact, Dave, the Bridgemaster and the low decker were pretty much the same height, and they were, but obviously the low decker was built by Bristol, and the Bridgemaster was built by AEC, and so there was obviously in competition to find the best low height double deck vehicle. So low height double deck vehicles could go where full height double deck vehicles couldn't go.
You know the low decker that you got ads before?
The low decker?
Was that one of the ones they used on the buses or?
Yes. Yes, Chris. Yeah. Mine wasn't. That low decker, the type of low decker it was called an FLF. That's FLF, the FLF low decker, which means it's a front entrance low decker, and they was used in the serial of omnibuses was
Yeah.
Lurbeck. And that's when they were in the studio.
They used the Rootmaster on the skid pan one, didn't they?
That's
Oh
right.
yeah. Hold on the buses, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
The,
movies.
the one where he went on the skid pan, where Stan went on the skid pan, that was using they used the Rootmaster.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, the root.
And then on the one when they went to Safari, it was the Atlantean, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was. Yeah. They used quite a few. Most of them were Bristol L's and K's. So the red ones in the films, they were brilliant, weren't they?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, when they had the series and it was mostly in the studio, they used Bristol FLF Lurdeckers or parts of them, front end. Once or twice they used to use a mock-up of the front end of a bus, but some of the times they used the real thing, and then they used the real thing if they did outside shots. They used the FLF Lurdeckers. Mine was ex-Bristol, Bristol City, and theirs was I think there was ex-United Counties or something like that. Somebody may know. But yeah, that's what they used, Chris. You was right.
Yeah. Would you ever get one again or?
Pardon?
Would you ever buy one again? The one of the Bristol Low Deckers?
I unfortunately can't, Chris. I have a serious spinal complaint that stops me from owning and driving one.
Oh yeah.
I unfortunately can't. So the next best thing is these Archette models, because that's the next best thing for me. And what I was going on about at the beginning of the stream, Chris, was the fact that YouTube and what have you now have changed the rules.
Yeah.
And, they want us to either mark whether we make kids content or non-kids content. And this is where I say this is non-kids content. Because obviously, would a kid know what that is? Would a kid know exactly what to do on a Rootmaster model of massive proportions? Would they be able to mod that model in a certain way that would make it outstanding to the norm? No, they wouldn't. And obviously, so our channels, what we use, are hobbyist channels for the older generation, shall we say. Now, most of
I would
us,
even say when you go into plastic modeling, type of work you can do with that. Would a kid be able to do it?
Yeah,
there's a lot of weathering and stuff like that, and some people use the air spray guns and stuff like that. Would kids be to do that?
Well, it's a dangerous hobby, really. When you're using craft knives and sprays and goodness knows what, it is a dangerous hobby, or can be if you don't know what you're doing. And obviously, you need that maturity to know what you're doing, and you need the education to know what you're doing, to be safe and right. And so obviously, that's my stance on it anyway.
Yeah.
So do you want to say?
I know I started modeling when I was 10 years old. But I don't think 10-year-olds nowadays are more into these Xboxes and games stuff now, aren't they?
Well, that's it. That's what they go for now, Dave. Is it's cartoons and it's PlayStations and all that business, isn't it? Yeah, phones and what have you. So yeah, that's the thing. So do you want to see another bus that I had?
You're fair enough.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, another one I wish that I never parted with, but I did. And that was this one. Just shining. That's maybe better with the light on.
How you, Dave?
Can you see that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a Leyland PD2.
So
Yeah, and it's ex-Warrington.
I see it. See the front loader.
Its registration number was BED 722D, and it was ex-Warrington Corporation, and it was pretty rare actually.
Still running?
There wasn't many made. So there's another picture. Look, and it's
Is
gone
it still
into the
running?
depth. Well, bed 722C is actually in Martinique, abroad. It's in Martinique.
Martinique, where's that?
But I don't honestly know. Is it Spain or somewhere like that? It's actually been turned into an open top bus, and it's a mobile bar or something.
So they'll chop the top off.
Yeah, such a shame.
I see it's a front loader as well.
Yeah, it's a front loader. I rebuilt the panel work down one side.
Yeah.
Because the framework on it was rotten. So I rebuilt the panel work down one side.
Yeah, because a lot of the buses were wooden framework, weren't they?
Well, they had iron frame, but with a wooden fillet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So what they did there, they had the iron framework, and then at the side of it, what bolted to it was a wooden framework, and then your panel was screwed to the wooden framework. So we had that one as well. That was nice, apart from the framework being rotten.
Mm-hmm.
I got most of it done, and then I decided to sell it. Well, back in '96, '97 or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, it got sold abroad, and it's in Martinique as a mobile bar, open topped. So apparently, bed 722C. So, have we got anything else to show you? Do you want to know anything else?
I'm trying to find a photo for you now.
Trying to find a photograph for me, Chris.
It's actually been good to talk. It's actually been good to talk about the buses and the Route Master, because as I say, I don't get on a Wednesday night now because of my work. Which I would have been on a chat about the Route Master and all that, which now I can't get on. As I say, I finish late on Wednesdays now, so it's good to get on and be able to talk about the buses.
Well, you can always jump on the stream on a Saturday, and after the tractor build, I would have thought that Penny, Orlix, Fleetwood would be happy to talk about buses after the tractor build. I would imagine you'd be welcome to join on there if you wanted.
Because I usually watch the tractor builds, even though I'm not building one, but it looks interesting.
Yeah,
I think you're going to have some fun with electronics on it.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. Yeah, well, as you know, I'm not building it, but I used to work on farms and what have you. So obviously, I know a little bit about tractors, and you know, it's going to be a fantastic project. It really is.
Especially, you know, it's getting built. It's something. Some of them was first time to using the 3D printer, I know, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think Fleetwood's getting. Is it Fleetwood getting one?
Yeah, he's thinking about getting one now. Yeah, he's thinking about it seriously. He's got the bug, and obviously the potential with a 3D printer is enormous, isn't it? You could build absolutely anything.
You could actually build your figures for you. You could actually build your figures for your bus. Yeah,
you could build a 1/8 scale Route Master.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love 3D printer, but I don't think the wife would be happy with it making a noise all the time. I just live in a small flat, so
Yeah,
because I know Penny says that they can't, the latest models are quiet, but no printer's quiet. Even your ordinary printer that spits out paper, the noisy thing.
yeah.
And I think if you're talking about a 9-hour build or a 24-hour build,
Oh,
I think the wife would be saying, "I'm not having that thing going on this."
here, love, I bought you some earmuffs.
I have got a suggestion for the Facebook page, the Route Master one, spare parts.
You have?
People could put this, if they've got spare parts, could put them on the Facebook page, and so people are looking for spare parts.
That'd be an excellent suggestion, Dave.
I've got issue 9 and 10 sitting there. It's been sitting there for a long time. Well, since 9 and 10 come out, because I ended up with 2 issues because the crossover.
What are 9 and 10, Dave?
The wheel.
I'll just show everybody this, and then we'll go full screen.
Yeah.
Is that what you found, Chris? That's the South Wales one, is it?
Yeah. Find a better one now because I'm looking on the Facebook group.
That's the South Wales one, that one.
Yeah, and I got a better version of it on here, so I'll find the one out. Yeah, the ones in the Wales, the ones we got had. Looking for it. I'm on the Facebook group, so what the first group I'm joined. So I should be able to find one now. Are they red?
I'll be there in a minute, Chris.
Okay. Issue 9 is the inner wheel, the brake cylinder and roller.
The brake drum.
The brake drum. Yeah. And issue 10, which is a heavy issue, is the wheel.
Is that the front wheel or the back wheel?
The front they were.
I think it looks like the front, I think.
Yeah, it was the front, yeah.
Yeah, the front.
And has that got the AEC badge and the wheel trim round it?
Yes, it looks like it's got an AEC badge. I haven't opened it, it's still in a sealed wrapper.
Oh, right.
But looking in it, tyre, wheel, it looks like it has the trim and the AEC badge.
Right. Well, if you still got that in the new year, I might be interested in that. But if you sell it in the meantime, that's all right, Dave. But in the new year, I might be interested in that.
All right, no problems.
Okay.
I'll just, if you want to, just give us pay us your address, and I'll sort out sending it off and just pay the postage.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
As I say, it's there. No hurry. Whenever you want.
What am I doing here?
I'll find out. I'll get it weighed and find out what it will cost to send.
Okay.
I'll pay you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you ever so much. That's much appreciated. That's a flat-fronted bus, that, Chris.
Yeah, I don't know what they are.
I'll tell you what that is. That's a Bristol VR. But it's got a funny body on that. It's not the normal ECW body. No, that's a funny body.
Yeah. Hang on.
It's a Bristol VR, that one, Chris.
Yeah. Let me just find a better one, because they have got the ones which we used to have years and years ago now somewhere. There's hundreds. Yeah. There's hundreds of photos on this thing.
Yeah, that'd be much appreciated, Dave. Thank you. Because my idea is that I want to, when I display these, I want to give out something that the public can sort of handle. Do you know what I mean? And they can look at and feel the weight of and what have you. And my idea was to get a front wheel, screw the rim on, put the tyre on, and then glue the AEC badge in to the centre, and then hand it out to anybody who was asking questions about how heavy are they and everything else. Because when you've got a wheel, it's quite weighty, isn't it?
Yeah, as I say, I just picked that up and I forgot how heavy it was.
The meaty bugger.
Well, obviously,
especially compared to issue 9,
yeah,
which is no weight at all in that.
yeah. But that's my idea, and then I can, you'll get people saying, what are they made of? Well, we can say, well, they're made out of metal and plastic. Oh, that must weigh an awful lot. You can see the questions coming then. Well, are them wheels plastic or are they metal? Well, there you are. Have a feel of that weight. You could give people that, because 9 times out of 10, when you're displaying models at shows, there's all these notices around saying, please do not touch, please do not touch. And obviously, you don't want people touching your models,
no.
But it's rather nice if you've got something to hand somebody, and say, well, you are, you feel the weight of that. They feel more privileged then when they're looking at your models.
Yeah, and I feel the weight of that wheel, and I think, God, what the hell does that bus weigh then?
Such a feeling, that's what we'll be doing, Dave. No appropriate now, is it? Joking. Yeah.
So how's it in Wales?
Have you found one yet, Chris?
No, I haven't, but I'll keep looking for a sec.
So how's Wales, Chris? How's Wales at the moment? Just part of the country I've never been for a long time.
You what? How was my end?
No, Wales.
Oh yeah. Boring. No, it's fine. It's just weather, innit?
You get a lot of bad weather down there, yeah?
Oh, sometimes we can get it where I live, because I live not far from Aberdeen.
Yeah, it's been pretty rain all day yesterday and murky the day up here.
Yeah, it's been dry.
Yorkshire's been dry in yours, isn't it?
Dry, yeah. Rain tomorrow.
Let's just stop sharing screen. I'll share screen again. Go on now. Found one.
You found one, have you?
Yeah. Look at this one on.
Let's have a look. Let's make it first. Oh yeah, that's a rear entrance.
Yeah, and then got
and the front entrance one.
Yeah.
Is that an AEC Renown?
I don't know what they were.
Or Regent?
I'm not sure, Dave.
Difference between the Renown and the Regent. That's an ice cream van, Chris.
Yeah.
You have some great knowledge on buses, Dave.
I'm looking now. One.
Oh, he's muted. He's talking.
Sorry, I just had to go off a minute then. I had something that I had to sort out. So yeah, I've only got mediocre knowledge, really.
Aha.
Some people can just reel it off, and I went into buses when I was a young lad, from the age of 0 really up to the age of about 12, and then I went into engines, stationary engines and tractors and things like that, and then I went back into buses in the 1980s, and I sold all my collection of stationary engines and tractors that I had, and I had a big collection, and then I bought a couple of vintage buses, and we sold our last vintage bus in 2002, and then we bought a tractor for my lad and a couple of engines, and I sort of kicked myself from that point onwards, like, you know, and then I got ill where I wasn't able to have a vintage vehicle, so, or any heavy equipment. So, you know, then I thought, well, I really ought to get into scale modeling, really, and do something that way. And I was going to build, as I say, like a ride-on model that I was going to make. I was going to make something like a Leyland Lion or something like that, or even a Bedford OB, in like 1/6 scale, 1/4 scale, or something like that, that you could actually ride on. And then this came along, and I haven't looked back since, because. Well, yeah, I've got some lovely memories to look back on, Dave, on buses wise. I've got some awful moments as well when I was a commercial coach driver. Breaking down in the middle of nowhere with a coach full of 53 people is no fun when it's raining.
Yeah, my dad was a coach driver. My stepfather was a coach driver. My dad, I've been all over the country with my dad. When we were little, we used to go all over. He used to tell some stories. One of them, he was picking a new bus up from the Leyland factory.
Wow.
Bombing up the road, and next thing, bang, the engine's halfway down the road.
Oh my God.
That was a brand new bus picked up.
Oh dear.
He says, bang, he says, the engine looks out the window. He says, no, bus just lost its, bang, bus lost its power, and then the engine's parts and bits of the engines are bouncing down the motorway behind them. Yeah, so. And another one he told us, this was before they brought in the reinforced windscreens.
Yeah.
He says, bombing down the A1, and the stone hit the winds. 1 minute, he says, I'm nice and warm driving along. Next minute, he says, it's windy as hell. He says, the front windscreen just gone. Stone or something hit the windscreen and just boom.
Yeah, they do go with a heck of a bang, don't they? I've got some sort of experience with that. I was out coach driving one night and doing a local bingo. I say local bingo, it was about 20 miles away. And I used to go in the bingo with them, you know, and play bingo. I didn't get there for the first game because I was too busy parking the coach up. And we used to park the coach up where we thought it was always safe until this particular night. Anyway, after the game of bingo, I rushed back to the coach. I went to pick it up, and every single window had been vandalized in the coach. Every window. And I have never seen anything like it. The piles of glass, because it was a full-size coach. And of course, the police was involved and everything. And, you know, it was some young vandal that had done it, and we'd never found them ever. And they'd just gone round with a hammer on every window. And I drove it back to the yard that night after the police had investigated and everything, and it was really cold. It was a really cold winter's night.
So, have you met famous people through your coach driving?
Through my coach driving, yeah. I've not met, but I've seen him from like 2 feet away. Joe Longthorne, the famous singer that's just recently passed away, because he was always on at Blackpool, and he used to come out down the central pier and meet some of the coach party. When we used to drop off at the central pier there in Blackpool. So I've seen him from 2 feet away, said hello to him, and he said hello back. Other coach driving famous people, I can't think of any off the top of my head. The bus charity that I was involved with, I met Gordon Brown through the coach charity that I was involved with. I met Prince Andrew through the coach charity that I was involved with. Through vintage buses, when my dad was doing the South Riding in 1973 with his Leyland Lion, I met several stars. June Brown of EastEnders fame.
Yeah, she is.
I met Brenda, you know Brenda, who's in Emmerdale at the moment. She's got a cafe. I've met Brenda in Emmerdale. I met her. And several other stars of South Riding. It's share screen, is it, Chris? Let's have a look then.
That's a better one.
That's a brilliant view, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's an AC Regent, is it?
No, what they are doing, because I never wasn't on that.
Swansea, the Swansea bus.
Yeah, the one from down our end, yeah.
Yeah, looks wonderful.
If you zoomed into that thing, you might be able to see it looks like a Regent.
Yeah, I reckon it's either a Regent or a Renown. I think it's possibly a Regent.
So did you ever drive any of the football teams?
Yeah, Hull City. We did Hull. Well, not all the teams, the fans. I didn't get a chance to do the teams. It was mostly the fans, and we went all over the place. Blackpool, Newcastle. We went absolutely all over the place, and that was one of the worst things, being a young coach driver, that I could do, because the concentration that you have to have being a driver.
Like to drink then, on the buses.
Yeah, they could drink then, they fetched beer on the buses, and they're shouting and screaming and singing and bawling, and you know, some of the Hull City fans that I had on, it was really loud, and I just used to shut off, because if I didn't shut off, I'd lose my concentration. And there was one particular day we was going up the A1 towards Newcastle way, actually, and was off up the A1, and they were singing away. And what I didn't notice at first, until I caught sight of it in the interior mirror, was a great big Hull City flag, and they had it from right across the bus inside, and they had it across their heads, and there was working it all the way down the bus. Well, it came to me, and I was getting this flag off my head, because obviously I had to see where I was going. And anyway, I slowed down, and I turned the music off, because they had music on, and I said, right, that's it. I said, we're not having none of that. Anyway, I tore them off a strip, and you know, they could see where I was coming from. But yeah, that was a dangerous thing to do. But yeah,
I'll tell you what, there was one thing I've seen my dad do and another driver when the bus has been driving down the road, they swapped.
Yeah.
Swapped 60 mile an hour doing a motorway. 1 minute my dad's driving, the next minute another person's driving. How the hell did he do that?
Yeah.
But my dad used to drive. Well, Bobby Green was the main bus driver for Newcastle United. But if Bobby Green was off, my dad used to drive them.
Yeah.
Well, he used to often drive. If the away teams come, and they used to come to the Newcastle Central Station, and they would stay at Gosforth Park.
Yeah.
If they were staying overnight.
Yeah.
My dad would usually pick the away team up, take them up to Gosforth Park, and then do it. And I met Bobby Robson that way.
You did? Wow.
Yeah. Well, it was funny how my dad had sent me Mark to meet, because he was finishing after I'd done the football.
Yeah.
To meet at the Central Station. and so we were down the town early, and the Ipswich Newcastle game was called off early because of fighting
Oh,
trouble.
oh
So my dad says the police told me dad to get the bus and bring her to the stadium. I got on. Police got on the bus and they turned around and says to me dad, "See that police car in front?" Yeah. He says, "Keep up with it."
yeah.
So I says it's the fastest he's ever driven from Newcastle, the street
Yeah.
of Newcastle.
Yeah.
Me, my mum, and my brothers were standing at the central station. The police cars come running and doing. He had my dad come in on the bus. Who gets off the bus? Bobby Robson. with a team. My dad saw they introduced me as this is my son, and yeah. And it's funny. 20 odd years later, I met Bobby Robson, and he remembered it.
Did he?
Really?
Wow, that's amazing.
Because I've said to him, I said I've met you before, and he says, "Jody Milne's son."
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's absolutely amazing. I remember most of the football fans that we used to take, we used to have police escort in and out of the towns, and because obviously there'd be a load of coaches, and we'd get escorted into the town, and you'd have to go through all the red lights and everything because you've been ordered to by the police, and you go through all the red lights, you get outside the football ground, you drop all the passengers off, and then you go away straight away, and you get escorted out the town, and then they escort you to an industrial estate just outside the town, and you have to wait there at the industrial estate before they bring you back into town again after the match. And you do exactly the same in and out of the town again. And I can't count how many red lights I've been throughout city centres in England. Many red lights and under police escort. But that's just what we did. You know, that's exactly what we used to do.
Well, as I say, the 80s, there was a lot of trouble with football. It always stemmed outside, didn't it? There was usually coaches got smashed up and everything, didn't they?
Yeah, that's it. That's why they did it, you see. So, and then obviously, if your coach was smashed up, you know, you couldn't get the fans home, and it used to have a knock-on effect with the fans. And
Newcastle they used to park them right up the top of Barrack Road. So if you beat Newcastle, you were probably parked at the top of Barrack Road.
Yeah, is it an industrial estate?
Oh, it's just a main road into Newcastle, but not many industrial estates around. So in the 80s, a lot of the buses we used to see them parked at the top of Barrack Road, where the BBC studios were.
Yeah, it's quite possible I've been up there. I've been to so many. I can't remember. Blackpool was the worst because the coach park was near the football ground. You see, so well, I used to know Blackpool fairly well, so I used to go somewhere different, and I used to say, "Right, lads, what time are you back? You know what? Oh, with football matches until such and such a time," and I used to say, "Right, I'll be back. Look out for us." And I used to clear off. I never used to park where they used to park when I was in Blackpool.
Did you used to do the Blackpool light tour? I don't know.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did many times. I used to do Monday to Fridays to Blackpool and Friday to Sundays to Blackpool. So on the same week. So you know, I'd be
my dad used to hate the Blackpool season.
Yeah. Well,
there was many a time when I was 16 and all that. My dad would say, "Well, on the Saturday, if he was going down on the Saturday, I'll take you down, just to keep him company."
Yeah.
Because once he dropped off the passengers, you're just sitting in the coach park all day.
Yeah. Well,
then take them to other lights later on.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Well, I used to get out the coach. You see, go park somewhere and then walk about, and you know, rather than sit about all day. So I think Chris has got another. Oh yes, look at this.
Oh, nice, Chris.
What we've got here, Chris, is a Bristol low decker, a Bristol L. We've got a Tilling Stevens, another Bristol L, a Bristol K, a Bristol L, and a Bristol K. So there you are. That's that lineup.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
So do you sell all these buses by the radiators?
You what?
Can I tell them by the radiators?
That's how you sell all these buses.
By the radiators, by the shape of them, by the bodywork. Yeah. Just experience, Dave, more than anything else. Yeah, just experience. So yeah, the oldest one in that lineup was the Tilling Stevens. It'd be from the 1930s, I would have thought, early 30s.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we've not got many in the chat tonight, and there's not many.
No.
There's only 8 watching, so there must be something else on the television set that's.
I'm a celebrity, probably.
Maybe I'm a celebrity or something, whatever.
Oh, you know, watch it out, Warren.
Or I'm not a celebrity.
Yeah, that's on here.
Not on tonight.
I think I'm gonna have to leave you for a minute because I'm gonna.
I am a celebrity son. My son says he's got it on record though because he's busy on his PlayStation, Xbox.
Is it? I'm not a celebrity.
I can't stand that program. Just not for me.
Well, I have watched it a couple of times, and I used to be into it. Shouting. Well, go on. So, I've watched it a couple of times, and I think it was it last year? Emily Attack. I know her uncle real well. So yeah, he's an artist. Is her uncle. So and she was she Queen of the Jungle? Emily Attack.
No, I don't think she was.
Or was she runner up?
Who won last year, Warren?
I think it's a year before. I think she was on.
I was Harry Redknapp last year.
Harry Redknapp. Was Emily Attack the runner up then?
Was Emily Attack? Was she on last year or was she the year before?
I don't think she was.
Don't know. Can't remember. I thought we still watches it all the time. I thought he would have known what he says.
No, well, I think that is it. Caitlyn Jenner's going to eat her testicles or something.
That's probably right wrong out there, isn't it?
That's just got your son laughing. If you can hear me.
If you have to.
I've got headphones on so he cannot hear. I'd have to because he's playing on an Xbox and all that, and he has machine guns and everything going.
I mean, my son's was into PlayStation 4, and I used to love watching him play the army games. You know, the World War II games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They like watching a film now.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? Yeah.
I didn't watch it when I'm not watching a film here. Or are you playing a game?
Yeah, that's it. They're brilliant, aren't they? Really.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all we had was a blooming Amstrad, wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember the
Atari Amstrad or whatever it was. Yeah, can't remember.
Oh, the ZX Spectrum.
Yeah, and then Tamagotchis came out, didn't they? Or whatever they were.
Well, now you look at technology. Would you ever thought, Dave, you'd be walking around with a phone in your hand?
No, you wouldn't, would you?
Yeah.
No, I mean, you know, when I was coach driving, when your dad was coach driving, you know, there was no mobile phones.
Oh, yeah, you got to find in your service station, didn't you?
How did we manage? You know, when we broke down, we had to knock on somebody's door to, can I borrow your phone message? Here's my badge, you know.
If you broke down on the motorway, you had to walk up and find a phone.
That's right, yeah. It was job and a half, was that? Yeah, no, it's these kids with technology now, they don't know that they're born. They really don't.
Yeah. It's like we have this Frockley tag thing, as I say, I live in Frockley, Newcastle, where people go on and disc about the community.
Yeah.
The local school is banning mobile phones.
Yeah.
And you hear the parents on the walkie talkie saying, my daughter or my son's got to have a mobile phone. And I think, what did you do when you were little? Wasn't there mobile phones at school? Yeah, your parents contacted the school. If there was a problem, the school contacted the parents by you.
That's right. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
But,
I'd love to give a teenager an old daily up phone now and see if they could use it.
Yeah, see if they could. Yeah. Waiting for the name to come around. I've got a friend actually on Facebook, and he actually does live streams, who restores and fixes the old dial phones. Really is a clever fella. He really does know what he's doing with these old dial phones. And he has a vast collection. He really does, of all the different types, and the trim phones and all that. He has, and even the ones where you pick up the handset off the top there, and then you dial it like that. So he has that type, and he restores them and fixes them. Oh, we've got Paul 61C70. Hi Dave, I'm terribly late. Sorry, you're all right, Paul. We're not going anywhere.
Dave, detention.
Pardon?
Detention.
Detention. Yeah. Detention, Paul. Yeah. Well, just watch the stream back. You're all right. 5 minutes. Well,
I didn't get detention. I got belted.
Yeah.
Well, when you've got more than 5 minutes, actually, because it's nearly 2 hours long now. So
10 o'clock now.
Yeah, you can watch it on fast forward. I've shown my bus tonight, and I've shown some steam engines and some pictures of buses that I used to own and things like that. So it's been adult content tonight, Paul. I'm sure you appreciate, because obviously we're adult channels after all.
Yeah.
So
let's do 18. No, if you want to 18, we can't.
Well, we've done no screwing tonight, but
yeah, I was going to say no swearing. We've got to be careful if you already bad language, then.
Well, there's a disclaimer down there, so tough. So, well, I'm thinking about wrapping up. We've done nearly 2 hours now. I'm getting a bit hoarse. I'm really glad you've been able to join us tonight, Dave, because obviously, you've been anchoring after coming along and chatting about buses and builds and what have you, haven't you, for a long time. And as I say, I think you'll be welcome to join on Penny and Alex's stream on Saturday night, and you'll be able to talk about the bus after the tractor build, I would have thought. And if you fancy helping Chris Davis here, with his Jaguar build at all,
I would love to, but I've told Chris on a Tuesday. Tuesday and Wednesday are me late nights.
Right. Okay.
They're both really late nights. I have a client I've got to take out at 5 o'clock. Well, it's now 3 o'clock till quarter 10, so I don't get into after 10 on both of them nights. Sometimes when I'm on you might have seen sometimes on a Wednesday. Sometimes when I'm on the bus.
Oh yeah,
I've clicked into the show and I've said I'm on the bus on the way home.
We've seen No, we appreciate that.
But I usually, once I get in the house, I'm sort of get some eating. I'm keen to look if he's still on, come on. If not, look back and see how things have went on the build.
Yeah.
To see what I'm going to look forward to when I put mine together.
Well, that's the idea of it, really, isn't it? So we help each other out, don't we?
It's been a great night. Brilliant. Hopefully, when you're back on, Dave, let us know, and I'll come back on.
I'm not planning on doing anything up until Wednesday. So I'm hoping, Chris, that you've got somebody for Tuesday.
Yeah.
Have you got anybody lined up that can help you on Tuesday?
I'll speak to Chris on Monday now.
Chris or Fleetwood J might help you, or Penny, or
Yeah. Penny's coming on my channel.
jolly good.
Yeah. Penny comes on my channel for weeks.
So will you not be doing another show like this till probably end of December or sometime in January?
Well, what I was going to plan to do was do one after Christmas, because there's that much on, and I know that Fleetwood J is going to be building the Fiat and the Renault and the tractor, and he'll be standing in for Penny when Penny's off working.
Yeah.
On a Wednesday. So, and to make it fair, I know that a couple of them are wanting to do streams, when I'm not doing streaming. So, what we're doing we're sharing different dates. So, to make it fair on everybody, I'm going to say my next one will be after Christmas. Maybe the 29th. Sunday the 29th, if that's all right with everybody. And then it gives everybody then a fair chance to get anything in that they want to get in. And it gives me a chance as well, or me and Christine a chance to actually get our buses built a bit further. So we can show you guys what they're going to look like. Because the next time we show our buses, will have more painting done to them, so they'll be looking terrifically better than what they are now. And obviously we want to do that for you guys, so you can see how they're coming along. We want to give you the wow factor as well as ourselves. So you want, Chris?
And the X Factor.
And the X Factor, yeah. We want to give you the X Factor on them. So, so obviously we want to do that for you guys. And so if that's the date, I think Chris is just asking me the date, December 29th to Sunday, then that's when we'll do the next one, if that's all right with everybody. If it's all right with Penny and Alex and Fleetwood and everybody else that's streaming, that's when we'll do the next one. So what I'll say now is it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on, Dave, tonight. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us on.
And it's been a pleasure having you, Chris, tonight. Thanks for joining us also. Thanks for Fleetwood for joining us also. And we'll let you two fight among yourselves. Who's going to stand around first?
Has anyone got 294 yet?
Pardon?
Has anyone got 294 yet?
Has anybody got 94 yet?
Yeah, there's one is for 95.
I think one of the subscribers, a couple of the subscribers might have 94, yeah.
I think 95 is going to be the last part of the upper decks framework. No, for the other side. I think that's what 95 is going to be.
Yeah, I think so.
Can't be much longer.
So that will complete the two sides, and there's just the back window to do.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is from the Facebook group. Anybody wants to check out the Facebook group for Build the Route Master, it's down there. There's an Amazon wishlist of mine down there if you feel like you can. If you can't, it doesn't matter. Leave us a nice comment down below after the stream or in the comments. Leave us a nice thumbs up, please, if you don't mind. And if you've got somebody else that's enjoyed it, tune in next time. And thank you very much. And I'm going to end the stream now. So good night, everybody. Good night.
Yeah, take care.